Lads, welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. I am really not wanting to do this video because that was absolutely disgusting. Lads. So bad defensively. We've conceded 4. We didn't concede 4 all last season. And I've been saying all season, we've not done bad. We've kept everyone down to 2 goals. Man City 1, 2 against Liverpool, 2 against Wolves. Who else have we played? 2 against Arsenal. 4 against that Chelsea side. Chelsea were not that good. We're really not that good. Ziyech was putting balls into good areas, but they really weren't that good. Werner, not very good. Tammy Abraham took his goal, okay. Was decent in the air, held it up quite well. They were not that good. Man City weren't that good. They were not that good. Liverpool were not that good. Imagine last season's Sheffield United team playing some of these teams. We would be taking points off them. But I'm just embarrassed. I was embarrassed watching that defending. I really were. I really don't want to be doing this video. I'm going to be honest. It is 7:30 at night as I'm recording this video on a Saturday night. Fair enough, I've got nothing to do, nowhere to go, lockdown is on. But I really don't want to be making this video. I don't want to make it. I don't want to edit it. I don't even want to post it, to be completely honest. And if you don't want to watch it, I understand. I probably wouldn't watch it. I am absolutely fuming. The 4th goal literally did me. Completely did me. Anyway, let's start from the beginning. Sheffield United, 10-15 minutes into the game, got a goal. What time was it actually? Let me have a quick look. What time did we score? Because it must have been really early. 9 minutes into the game. We were excellent all over them. Playing 1-2s all over the place. Getting to the byline. Baldock, excellent cutback. Sander Berger had a bit of a half shot. And then Didsey flicks it in. We also created other chances before that. Even though it was 9 minutes old, the match when we scored, we created other chances as well. We were getting down that right, which, let's be honest, that's the only place we're going to create any chances from. And that is the worst thing about Sheffield United right now. The only place we're creating chances from is the right wing. So how easy is it to defend against us? Just put 2 or 3 lads down there, you're fine. You're golden. We're not going to create anything down the left unless Max Lowe gets some sort of long cross into the box from miles out. Nothing through the middle. Never. Since Mark Duffy's left, we never, ever go down the middle. Never. And it's just so easy to work out. Now, don't get me wrong. If Jack O'Connell were playing, if Ender Stevens of last season before lockdown, if John Fleck was playing, it might be a different story. But we have got massive problems. More problems than I ever envisaged. And if we play like that every week, we will not pick up 1 more point this season. Like, don't get me wrong, we were decent enough early on, really early on, but then we just gave them goals. We just gave them goals, goal after goal after goal. Now, I haven't watched the match back. Quite often, I don't watch the match back. Sometimes, if there's something a little bit where I'm not sure about, I'll watch it back and I'll try and make sure I've got the right. I left with about 30 seconds to go of the match to come up here and start making this because I don't want this video to take up all my night, which it normally does. So first goal, I can't really remember how it all happened on our left. It's always our left, isn't it? Always. But the ball got pulled back to Tammy Abraham. He hit it into the ground. Basham may have got a header away. Ramsdale may have been unsighted by Bash being in front of him. It wasn't in the corner. It just wasn't. So you could probably say that was definitely avoidable today. That one was 100%. They were all avoidable, to be honest. So that one was avoidable. Then we move on to 1 second. My head's all over the place at the minute. Then, obviously, Ben Chilwell goal. This really, really grinded my gears. Grinded my gears so much because it was a cross. A deep cross. Ramsdale is glued. His boots are glued to his line. Now, there's a lot of people out there that after the first game, people were giving Ramsdale some stick after the first game against Wolves. Deservedly so, because he could have done better with possibly both goals. But then that kind of birthed sort of lots of people that was like, if Ramsdale does anything, or if Ramsdale makes one save or two saves that are half decent, they'll be like, well, look at all them saves that he made. Like, he's a goalkeeper, he should be making saves. I don't think this season Ramsdale's made a save where I've been like, that was an excellent save. Like, I didn't expect him to make that save. So really, yeah, I'm not giving him too much credit for all that. He has made a lot of mistakes this season. There's a few that we've kind of overlooked and just been like, fair enough, he's made that. He probably could have done better, but we'll let him off. I'm not letting him off from standing on his line and letting that ball hit Ben Chilwell and go in the back of the net. It's that much off his line. Come out, grab it, it's yours, roll it out. Like Max Lowe, fair enough. When the ball came across, Max Lowe kind of shied away from it, wasn't brave at all. He may have thought that Ramsdale was coming for it. It's just, I'm so angry. I am so angry. That goal was possibly the worst for me. I'm going to come on to one that's near enough as bad. We'll quickly go through the goals. I'm going to say this. After half-time, we seemed like we'd come out fighting, and then it just went crap again, didn't it? I think they had about 85% possession in that second half, which is embarrassing. I don't think even Man City had that much. I think Man City had kind of 65, 70. That Chelsea side were not that good. They didn't even have Havertz. And we just let them dictate play all game. Right, okay, so we went in at half-time. Really, really poor end to the half. Obviously conceded 2 goals that we shouldn't have done. Shouldn't have even conceded either of them, I don't think. Like I said, they came out firing a little bit, trying to get in their faces, which I expected them to. It's a Chris Wilder side. He'll have given them a rocket for letting in those goals. And then, who was it? It was Ziyech again that crossed the ball. Oh, it was the corner. The corner free kick. I can't even remember. I can't even be bothered. I really can't. Ziyech put the ball into the box. And Thiago Silva, fair enough. I think Ender Stevens got blocked off a little bit, which, yeah, it happens in football. Defenders get blocked off sometimes when they've got their eyes on the man. Zuma, I think, just used his body quite well, just kind of moved into a position where Ender Stevens would have struggled to kind of stay with Thiago Silva. So that was very good play by Zuma. It's not a foul, obviously. He's just been a bit smarter than Ender Stevens. So Ender Stevens lost his man. At first I thought it was Ollie McBurney just not jumping with him, or him beating Ollie McBurney in the air, but it wasn't. McBurney was in the 6-yard box ready to head it, and then Thiago Silva got the run on him. Ramsdale, I'm not going to give Ramsdale any stick for that. Just before that, though, Ender Stevens, the ball was coming over, flicked it on for Kovacic to have a one-on-one. Ender Stevens is so bad in that position. So bad. What has happened to him? His form has fallen off a cliff. Right, okay, so where are we with 3-1? By the way, Basham's tackle on Kovacic after that terrible Ender Stevens header. I don't know where he was heading it either. The ball came over and he just headed it in the direction of the player. Like, why are you doing that? But yeah, Basham's tackle was incredible. But if that was a striker and not a midfielder in Kovacic, that'd have been in the back of the net. and that would have been 3-1 before it was 3-1, if you like. It gets worse. It gets worse. I can't remember. I think the ball just got clipped over, and Werner 1-on-1 with Ramsdale. Ramsdale flew out, did as much as he possibly could, and Werner just put it wide. It could have been 5-1, 6-1. It probably could have even been 7-1 tonight. I don't know. There's probably another one in there somewhere. Worst footballing performance. Sorry, worst defensive performance I've seen in a very, 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 very long time. And I know they've got a lot of money. I know that they've got some really good players. But they weren't that good today. They really weren't. We were just that bad. We'd have got beaten by anyone in the Premier League today. Anyway, we're past the 10-minute mark already, so I'm going to try and wrap it up a little bit because I don't want to be doing this for too much more longer. Final goal was near enough the worst of the lot. Max Lowe, who had a really poor game for me today, came in, going the wrong way, coming with a big tackle, and he just tackled the ball through for a one-on-one for Werner just to put it back in net. You can't write this stuff, can you? You can't. Like, it might have took a slight deflection off Kante, I think it was, but why are you putting in a tackle of that ferociousness towards your own goal? Egan's face made me laugh after that. After I'd stopped having an absolute paddy, Egan just looked towards Max Lowe and were like, "Why did that even happen? Why did you do that?" It was just incredible. It just rounded off an absolutely horrendous defensive performance. Where do we go from here? Like, at the end of the game, I'm saying Jack Robinson would do a lot better than this. I would rather have Jack Robinson at left centre-back than Enda Stevens. I'm not sure if it's just because Enda Stevens isn't a great defender or centre-back, or if it's just that Enda Stevens is playing really, really badly, because even his passing's not great at the moment. Anyway, let's crack on. I'm going to quickly go through the team. Ramsdale, terrible. Probably 4 out of 10 I'd have given him today. Probably 3 of the goals he could have done better with. I think that's right. Tammy, probably. No, sorry, 2. 2 were his fault. The other ones I'm not going to give him any grief for, but they were other players' fault. Ramsdale, 4 out of 10. Terrible today. Really, really poor game. There were one where he nearly got cut out of his front post as well, just not concentrating. Poor. Really poor. I thought Egan had an okay game. Can't really say he did anything wrong, necessarily. Basham, I thought, had a good game. As always, 7 out of 10 every week, at least. Baldock, decent game. I thought he was excellent in that first 10-15 minutes. He was probably our best attacker in the whole game, which just says it all. Enda Stevens, really poor game again. I think he's had quite a few poor games at left centre back. I think it's time to not play him there anymore. He's got to play left wing back. He's got to, because we've got nothing down that left hand side. It's going to have to be Jack Robinson. It's going to have to be. There's no one else. Keane Bryan even. I'd rather have Keane Bryan at left centre back than bloody Enda Stevens. Terrible, and I do already regret singing that Keane Bryan song. Who else? Max Lowe, poor, really poor. I think he's had a couple of half-decent games. Really poor today. That tackle to play Werner through one-on-one, just the icing on the cake. But everything went down their right-hand side, our left. And he just didn't get anywhere near anyone who was crossing the ball. Nowhere near him. The balls just kept coming in. There was never any blocks. You've got to do that as a left wing back or a left back or whatever. Even a central midfield, I thought Lundstram, when he came back into that role, wasn't stopping any crosses either. So, yeah, anyway, that's the defence. The midfield, I thought Norwood did okay. Didn't put a foot wrong, really. Played an absolute beautiful ball to Baldock to open up Chelsea's defence for our first goal. So, great ball from Norwood that. They didn't expect that. And put George in some good space, who found Sander. But yeah, other than that, I don't really remember seeing him do that much. I think the game just kind of passed him by. And when we did get the ball, we just gave it away every time, whether it was Norwood, Berger, Lundstrom, strikers. Just kept giving the ball away. Again, we'll move on to those two now, Lundstrom and Berger. I think this was probably Sander Berger's worst performance of the season. I'm not going to give him too much stick because I think he's been brilliant this season. I just think today wasn't his day. He got caught on the ball loads. His passes weren't very good. He were not putting enough on him. It was just a poor game for him today, but we'll let him off because he's how well he's been this season. I think if we're going to get out of this relegation zone, he's going to be the ticket. Lundstrom, terrible for most of the game. He always puts, I think he puts in 100%. Not sure. I think he does, but just not very good. Giving the ball away, just getting the ball taken off him like Sander Berger. They were both two peas in a pod today, both really poor. Brewster, nowhere near anything. He had about 6 touches. They showed a heat map at one point of his touches. He was nowhere near. And a lot of people will say, like against Man City, they're not getting the service. McGoldrick is coming. I know he's probably because he's playing up top and he's doing a lot of the donkey work, a lot of the running. But McGoldrick's coming in and trying to receive the ball. I feel like sometimes Brewster is just not interested. He doesn't look like he's asking for the ball ever. I don't know. It's just maybe it's a difficult game to talk about the strikers because obviously Chelsea's definitely strengthened that defence, and it did show today compared with last season at Bramall Lane. I thought McGoldrick did okay. I think he tried to hold it up. He tried to keep hold of the ball when the ball came up to him. But the problem is, if McGoldrick's trying to hold the ball up, but no one's anywhere near him. So he's trying to hold it up and then knock it off, but no one's near him. We're not getting men forward enough. And we seem to be getting caught out at the back, like on breaks and stuff. But we don't seem to have enough men forward to kind of try and score a goal. Yeah, but I've got to say that left-hand side was probably the worst I've seen it all season. Andy Stevens really, really poor. Max Lowe, poor. And John Lundstrom, poor. But he's not left-footed, so every time he's got it on that left-hand side, he's bringing it back in. Who came on? McBurney. Not even going to mention him because I don't remember him doing anything other than smashing to Ben Chilwell, which I quite enjoyed. But at that point, I think we were 4-1 down, so I don't really care. And who was the other one that came on? Ben Osborne, just chased shadows all game. Well, all game when he came on. That's about it, guys. Honestly, I'm not in the mood to be doing this video at all. So I'm going to leave it there. I've spoken for quite a while. I didn't mean to. I apologise for that. I'm sorry for being negative. I just feel like this is one of the worst Sheffield United performances I've seen. Well, for a season and nearly a half now. So Chris Wilder's got some work to do. Chris Wilder, Alan Nill, got some big work to do with those players because they're not very good players. when we're not playing our system perfectly, they just look out of sorts. They just don't look a very good side. We're either a team or we're not. And when we're not playing well. Oh dear. I'm just going to leave you with 2 little points here. One, I feel like the transfers that we've brought in have not hit the ground running. Have not been very good. They've just not. I felt like we needed to bring in some sort of attacking either winger or attacking midfielder. I know we don't play with wingers, but it would be nice to bring someone on who's got pace, who can scare teams. Look at Fulham. Fulham's brought in Lookman on loan. Lookman scared the absolute shit out of me when we played Fulham. Why are we not going in for players like this? Especially how good we were last season. We should be looking at these players like Lookman. And players should want to come to Bramall Lane because of how well we played last season. They won't want to now. But I just feel like we missed the trick with missing out on bringing in a very like a good attacking midfielder with a bit of pace. It doesn't have to be somebody who is worth 20, 30, 40 million. We don't need to spend that. Just let's be sensible and let's look at young players from big teams. Let's look at players that maybe are not getting the games. I know Ross Barkley's a lot of money, and I know we wouldn't have been wanting to spend that sort of wages on him. But someone like that, someone who's not getting the game time, bring him in on look. We've just not got any sort of attacking prowess, and I'm really nervous because the defence is shocking, and with the defence being shocking, we're going to have to try and outscore teams, and we can't do that. We physically cannot do that. I was looking, when we were 1-0 up, I was thinking, we're playing really well here. Let's hope we can carry this on. If we can keep a clean sheet, we've won a game. I know that's obvious, but I'm just so embarrassed tonight. I really am. What was the other thing I was going to say? I'm not even sure anymore. I can't be arsed. I can't be arsed with it. I'm going to leave you there. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I certainly didn't enjoy making it. I certainly didn't enjoy watching that game. I've banged on for 21 minutes now, so I'm going to leave you. Yeah, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you're new. Try and stay in good nick.
Look at that ping from Norwood. Makes other teams look no good. Yeah. We've got a team full of leaders. Alan Hill, Chris Wilder taught us. Right. Yeah, there was us on the tour bus. Yeah. Look how many goals Billy scored us. It's beautiful downtown Bramall Lane. We are the boys from Shore.